Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Monday mentoring call. I'm on my own this morning. Ron's off with the grandchildren again, and Colin's coming in a bit later. So you'll have to bear with me today, I'm afraid. Carrying on from last week and Ray St. Clair, we touched on fear. In a little while, I'm going to play the next section of the call, all to do with rejection. Now, this is a little bit longer than last week, but it covers an awful lot of points that we all come up against. So I'm sure you'll be happy to listen to the complete 25 minutes of learning how to deal with rejection. Okay, so has anybody got anything they want to say regarding the video that we did on fear last week? Has it helped you all to move forward? Or are we still sort of struggling with it a little bit? Does anybody want to say anything on that?
No.
Okay.
No.
No? Okay. Ray St. Clair did a blooming good job then, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So let me share my screen and just bear with me while I get the next section up. And optimize share sound, and if you can give me a thumbs up that you can hear it when it starts, please, I'd be grateful.
Let's talk a little bit about rejection, okay, because fear and rejection go hand in hand. Now, rejection is why most people fail, okay? Now, I'm going to show you something this morning that you probably haven't ever seen before, but it's something that was shown to me about 10 years ago, and I've never forgotten it, and I've used it many, many times, but I've never shown it to the elite team before, but I'm going to show you it today. Now, Albert Einstein said, to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results is insanity. Okay? And you'll find a lot of people in MLM, our industry, they'll join a business, do it for a while, not get very far, get rejected, start to doubt themselves and leave, and then 3 months later, they'll do it all again. I know one guy on Facebook, I've lost count of the businesses he's joined over the last 6 months. It must be in the hundreds. And I think to myself, just what are you doing? Pick one and stick with it. Okay. If you look at all the top leaders in Cash FX, Justin, myself, you know, my sponsors, James Lamb, Torkel, Martin Arimo, Luigi, Brian Shittick, you look at all the people that are at the top of the business in the top 40 club, we only ever do one thing, one business, and it's this business, because we don't dilute our time or our energy, and we certainly don't want to send a really, really bad signal to the people that we've introduced as Cash FX, because the minute you join another business and start promoting it, you're telling your team in Cash FX you no longer believe in Cash FX, and they'll leave. So all that work you've done will be for nothing. You're diluting you and your team. Let that sink in. The minute you promote another business, you're done. Your Cash FX business will start to slow down and dissipate because you did that one thing. You sent a terrible message. Now, let's talk about this insanity thing and the rejection thing, because this will blow your minds. Now, we're going to talk about the MLM cycle of insanity. And what happens generally is that somebody gets a new opportunity or finds a new opportunity or presented an opportunity. And this is the shiny new object that I talk about often. You know, someone pitches you something, go, oh, come over here, you can make $50,000 this week. You know, it's that shiny new object. So when you see it, you're full of hope. You're thinking, oh, I can make some money, okay? Then what happens is you join it and you get motivated, you get excited, because maybe, just maybe this time it will work. You know, this is scheme number 357 for you, and you just get a bit excited. So all that excitement builds over, and you, for those people who've done the power build, you know what I'm going to say next. you end up suffering from two bad illnesses. One is called excitementitis, and the other one is go rush out and tell everyone disease. Those are the two worst infections that you can have. And 99% of people who join a network marketing company, they end up with this excitementitis and go out and rush out and tell everyone disease. And because you do that, because you're so full of excitement, you go to the easiest targets you can find. And the easiest targets you can find are your friends and families and colleagues. What you don't remember in your excitement is that you've done this 100 times before with those people. You've gone out and pitched them on this scheme and that plan, and this is going to make me $1 million. And a lot of them have invested time and money with you and got nothing out of it. So you get all excited again, and you go out and pitch all the same people. Your brother, your mother, your father, sister, uncle, workmate, whatever. And the problem with that is that you're doing the Einstein thing. You're doing the same thing again and again and again and expecting a different result. Well, that's insanity, because Einstein proved it. Okay? So what happens is when you go back to those very same people that you've pitched on 100 different businesses, you get rejected. Okay? And rejection, you translate that as failure. Okay? You get rejected and quickly find out that this thing doesn't work as advertised. It's not the business. Trust me, it isn't the business. The multi-level marketing industry is the biggest employer in the world. It employs 600 million people. It creates more millionaires and billionaires than any other industry and all the other industries combined. It's not the model. It's you. It's because you're doing the same thing again and again and again and again and expecting different results. That's insanity. That's the MLM cycle of insanity, okay? And so what happens when you get that rejection, you lose all your excitement, the feelings of failure kick in, and you start doubting yourself, and you go, well, maybe I'm not cut out for this business. So the fear comes in, okay? And you start to wonder if MLM is for you. And slowly you walk away. And all your friends and family notch that up as another failure, okay? Another reason for them not to deal with you in the future when you come at them with the next thing. And then 3 months later, somebody comes along and says, hey, I've got this great business. And because you're so desperate, you get shiny new object syndrome again. You get full of hope. Then you get motivated. And you see the cycle of insanity. It just goes round and round. You're like a little hamster on the treadmill. Anyone watch the hamster on the treadmill? It's flipping hilarious. Okay, so you can see a hamster on the treadmill. If you slide a little bowl of food towards him, he'll ignore it because he's running around the wheel. He's like, I've got to run around the wheel. I've got to keep going. I'm going to get somewhere eventually. You're like that little hamster on the wheel. You're exercising the MLM cycle of insanity. Okay, and because of the rejection, that's the reason you fail, and that creates more fear, which means you walk away or you go and look at something else. Whereas if you just stick at it and do something different, don't talk to the worst people you can talk to, your friends, families, and colleagues. Talk to them when you've made it, because then they'll listen to you. But until then, go and find some new people. And we have a system in the elite team called the Power Build training. All you've got to do is plug yourself into the Power Build channel, do the training, and then go and start hitting the 250 million networkers that are available in LinkedIn that can't make any judgments about you because they don't know you. And so when you pitch them, they'll probably have a listen. And who knows, you might end up with a team of nearly 5,000 people, because that's where I got all my people from. LinkedIn. I didn't go and tell my friends and family about this. I didn't even tell my wife initially, okay? She knew I was doing something, but I didn't tell her what. I didn't tell my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my brothers, my sisters, uncles, aunties, none of those people. Why? Because I don't do the same thing again and again and expect different results. I knew that if I wanted to build a team, I had to go to LinkedIn, find some new people, find some fresh blood to work with. And that was 15 months ago. And I found some fresh blood, and those people found some new people. And here we have a team of amazingly successful people. We saw this morning in the groups that somebody's just gone up to the 100K pack again. We've got new executives this month, new mentors this month. Why? Because those people who are building a team are not doing the same thing again and again and again that they've done in every other network marketing company, which is go and talk to their friends, families, and colleagues. It's the worst thing you can do. So go and get some cold contacts that have no judgmental ability on you. And they're all in LinkedIn. There's 250 million networks. Even if there was 100,000 people in this team, we still wouldn't be able to reach all of them. So you can't saturate it. Just go, do the power build training, get it done, and start building your team. Now, here's the thing. I want to show you a bunch of people who get rejected every single day. Every single day, there's a bunch of people who get rejected. And here they are. We have people in the elite team who've built, and these pictures are out of date now. For example, Desi's got more than 1,000 people in her team. Dave's got 200 people in his team. So these people get rejected every day. So why is it that with all that rejection, why is it they're so successful? Why is it they've got to the team numbers that they've got to? I know that Ron's got over 2,500 people in his team right now. Why is it? And we've just had a new person join the inner circle this morning, Susan Whelan. Congratulations, Susan. She's just put 200 people in her team. Why is it that these people are so successful? I'm going to explain why. It's because they don't take the rejection personally. A lot of people, when they get rejected in a network marketing company, they say, oh, why me? What did I do wrong? What am I doing wrong? Do they like me? Is it my cologne or my aftershave? Is it the clothes I wear? Is it because I'm not good looking? So they start questioning that doubt thing. They start doubting whether MLM is for them. And that's the problem. You take it personally. The second you take it personally, you're doomed to failure. You're absolutely doomed to failure because you're going to spend more time dealing with those emotions in your mind than you are actually building your business. But if you talk to any one of those previous people that I showed you, they just go, nah, rejected me, so what? Next. And we have this saying, some will, some won't, so what? Next. Some will, some won't, so what? Next. So rejection is a natural part of failure, okay? It's a natural part of failure. And you should learn to embrace that rejection, okay? You have to embrace the rejection. Well, what's the easiest way to deal with it? Well, deal with it professionally. In other words, say to yourself, when somebody rejects you, just say, hey, I'm selfless. I'm not going to take this personally. They're not rejecting me. I know that I'm going to face more rejection in the future, but I can learn from that and use it to overcome future rejections. And this is what I and all the other leaders in the elite team do. When somebody rejects us, we don't go, oh, why me? What did I do wrong? Oh. We go, okay, so they rejected it. I wonder why. We don't wonder why in a person. We want to know what the education in it is. And do you know what? Sometimes when people reject me, they say, well, it's not for me. I use something called the I'm sorry close. And the I'm sorry close is one of the best closes I've ever come across. And it works a little bit like this. So if somebody rejects me and says, no, that's not for me. And I go, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I must have done something wrong. And they go, well, no, you didn't. And I said, well, I must have. There's obviously something I did wrong. And I really want to apologize. Look, I wonder if you can help me out here. I wonder if you can help me out. Would you tell me what it is that I did wrong or that I didn't explain correctly so that I can make a note of that for future reference? And then they might come back and say, well, I didn't understand this bit. Now we're back into a pitch. Now we're back into telling them what that
Hello, Ben
is.
speaking.
And what I then say at the end of it, hey, again, I'm sorry. Have I now explained that correctly to you, so in a way that you would understand it? And they go, oh, yeah, I didn't understand that before. And then I say this, great. So there's no reason why you shouldn't get started today then, is there? You see, getting rejected isn't a bad thing. Getting rejected is a really, really, really good thing because you can use that rejection to your advantage. You can learn a lesson from it and you can give it back to the person with the I'm sorry. Make it your fault, okay? Make it your fault that you didn't explain it properly. And you, instead of pointing the finger at them and being adversarial, just say, I'm really, really sorry. Thanks for that. But please, I wonder if you could help me. I accept it's not for you, but I'd really like to know why and to see if I can improve in the future. Could you tell me what part of it that you didn't understand or that I didn't explain correctly? And you will find they'll tell you. And often as not, they'll talk themselves into it. Okay? But you've got to learn to shut up and let them talk. And so because professional people don't take it personally, what you need to do is learn to develop two sets of emotions. Your personal emotions. These are the emotions that drive your everyday personal decisions, such as those concerning your home, your family, your friends, your dog, and your life in general. And these are the warm decisions that we make with emotion and feeling. And emotion is the key word there. These are personal emotions. However, when you're in business, you need to become emotionless. Okay? Business emotions are the cold, hard decisions that you make solely about and for the benefit of your business. And these decisions include who to approach, when, how, why, and how to increase your profits and incomes at all times. These are not personal emotions. Okay? When somebody rejects me, I don't get emotional about it. All I want to know is why, and can I improve on that in the future? I don't take it personally. I don't hold it against them. I respect their decision. I still try and bring them round, but without desperation. I put it on me and I get them to help me by helping me understand what I didn't explain correctly. And often as not, they'll talk themselves into it. Okay? But the minute you bring your personal emotions into your network business or any other business that you run, the moment you bring your personal emotions into it, you are doomed. Because you will sit there wondering what the heck, why me? Well, why doesn't anyone sign up with me? Is it me? Is it the closer? You'll kill yourself doing that. Okay? Be emotionless in business. Cold, hard decisions. Yes, no, yes, no. I often say this, when I'm recruiting, when I'm prospecting, I'm not looking for rejection. Well, yes, I am. I'm just looking for no's. And I prospect a lot of people and I'm only looking one or two answers, no or yes. And I go, no, 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 yes, yes, no, 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 yes, no, 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 yes, no, 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 yes. That's because I'm not a desperate persuader. I'll let that sink in. I am not a desperate persuader. I am a professional sorter. I am sorting out the no's from the yeses. And I don't care how many no's I've got to go through to get a yes. I might get 100 no's before I don't care. All I care about is I got a yes from somebody. I might have to go through 500 no's. I don't care. All I care about is that I got a yes from somebody. I signed up 10 people in my first 10 days in Cash FX. How many no's do you think I got? I can tell you it wasn't a small number. It wasn't a small number. But I went there, I got the no's, but as a result of getting lots and lots of no's, I got 10 yeses. And those 10 people have now gone out and built with me a team of nearly 5,000 people in the elite team. The people at the top of the business, Justin, Luigi, Richard, how many no's do you think Richard got to build a team of 120,000 people? The more no's you get, the more successful your business is. And so if you go out every day looking for rejection, you will succeed, okay? And so in developing two sets of emotions, never, ever, ever let your business emotions mix or merge with your personal emotions. Keep them totally at arm's length from each other. You treat them like oil and water. Oil and water never mix. Now, the guy that came up with the concept of the lava lamp made an absolute fortune out of it because he based it on the simple principle of oil and water never mixing. It's one of the laws of physics and science, okay? And look what happened with lava lamps. And we are like lava lamps. We have these two sets of emotions, or we can develop these two sets of emotions within us. We can have business emotions and we can have personal emotions, okay? Never let them mix. Keep your business emotions for the office and keep your personal emotions for your home. But don't bring your personal emotions into the office, and don't bring your business emotions into your home. Just don't. And embrace rejection as your friend. Never ever deal with your rejection using your personal emotions. Only evaluate rejection with your business emotionless and see what you can learn. Embrace it. I've learned more out of rejection in my multi-level marketing career than I ever learned out of acceptance. The people that say yes are easy to deal with. They just go, yeah, I'll sign up for that. Great, fantastic. Here we go. There's the training. Let's get plugged in. Let's get going. You don't learn much out of that. What you learn from is when people say no, and you're brave enough to say, I'm very, very sorry. Clearly, I didn't explain something correctly to you. I'm really sorry about that. Would you help me out for next time? Would you let me know which bit I didn't explain correctly or which bit you didn't understand? Or it's obviously down to me. I apologize. Please help me. And they'll go, well, I didn't understand this bit. You go, great. Can I practice explaining that to you again and see if we can get it right? You don't have to be confrontational. All you have to do is put your arm around the person and say, help me out. And they will. They will. Because everyone wants to give you their opinion. True. Now, before I move on to the final section, what I want to do is share with you a book that made me wealthy. It's one of the 3 or 4 books that I've read that helped me on my path to wealth. This book is the best book ever written on the subject of rejection. Okay, it's called Reject Me, I Love It. It's by John Furman. It's actually very, very funny in places. I'll give an example of one of the things that I learned from this book. When people say, "Oh no, it's not for me," I go, "Oh, I'm so relieved. I'm so glad you said that." And they look at me like I'm some sort of space cadet because their expectation is that I'm going to be miserable and pissed off with that. Okay, but I'm not. I'm just grateful. And they go, I say, thank you so much. I'm really, really pleased you said no. And then I shut up. And then next question is, why are you so happy about that? And I say, no, John, it's simple. I work on a 1 in 10 principle. I know that if I show this to 10 people, one of them's going to get it. Now I know it's not you that's going to understand this. I really must go because I've got a lot of other people waiting in the wings that I need to talk to. So thanks very much for your time. I appreciate that, and I've got to go. And often before I've got off the phone or before I've got out of the door, they go, oh, hold on. I didn't actually say I wasn't interested. And I go, oh, okay, well, perhaps it's me. Perhaps I'm really sorry. Perhaps I didn't explain something correctly. And if that's the case, I really, really apologize. I tell you what, yeah, I know it's not for you, but would you help me out? Would you explain to me what I didn't explain correctly? And so that I know I can practice it on you again, see if I can get it right. Would you do that for me? And here we go again. We're now back into a pitch. Everything's rescuable. Just treat rejection as your friend and learn how to leverage it into your conversations. This book will teach you how to do that. If you absorb this book and make it part of your psyche, it will teach you how to love rejection. When you come to love rejection in your network marketing business, your life will change beyond all recognition because rejection becomes your friend. And because rejection is your friend, you don't get downhearted and start doubting yourself. You actually start loving yourself because of the rejection, because it's a sign that you're out there doing it. I'd rather have 100 people getting rejected 1,000 times a day than one person not getting rejected. I'll say that again. I'd rather have 1,000 people in my team getting rejected 1,000 times a day than one person not getting rejected. Because if you're out there getting rejected, it means you're doing something. It means you're talking to people, and it means your business will grow. So learn to love rejection. Learn to seek it. Learn to go get it. Learn to want it more than anything else in your life. People say to me, oh, I've spoken to 20 people today and I got rejected. Yeah, great. Keep going. Come back to me when you've got rejected by 2,000 people. Some people come back to me and say, oh, I got rejected by 600 people today. Great. Go and double that number. Go and get rejected by 1,200 people, because I guarantee at the end of it, you'll have some people in your team. Rejection's my friend. It's the best friend I've ever had in multi-level marketing. So learn to love it. Now, finally,
Okay. Well, I think that is really, really powerful. I've got to be totally honest, rejection was one of the worst things that I feared when I started in network marketing. And I think it goes back to last week when we say we've all got to get a thick overcoat on and not worry about the fear or the rejection and just keep moving forward. I've actually started to put a lot of what Ray St. Clair said into practice with sending out my messages. And it's true, you turn it around and tell them, thanks very much, you know, okay, I'll move on to the next person sort of thing. They do come back and they are interested and they do want to know why you're not upset that they've said no to you. And you can start going into it again. I'm actually signing up a chap tonight who hasn't told me what he's exactly coming in with, also said it's going to be quite large. And I'm just hoping he doesn't cap me out. But that started off with, no, I'm not interested, came to me with a totally other business, which I already knew about and wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. And I just stuck to my guns and said that I was CFX 100%. You know, he couldn't say anything to change my mind. CFX is the way forward. This is the company that you can get to financial freedom with. And he finally looked at it. And as I say, he's signing up tonight and he's got a lot of friends that he wants to also introduce it to. So that's, you know, what more can I say? It's actually worked for me. I know we're not going to be able to turn everybody round, but I think we've got a lot more tools in the toolbox to actually be able to do it now. Did you all find that quite useful to play?
Yeah, very much so.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, Janet.
Yes, who's talking to me?
There's me.
Who's that? Can't see you. Where are you? Oh, Terry. No?
No.
Oh, Gabriel. Sorry, Gabe. Yes. Sorry. I've got, do you know what? We've got 26 people on this call. I don't think I've had so many. I've got so many faces looking at me.
Yeah, it's growing, isn't it? I mean, we're 26 now. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's it.
26. Yes, Gabe. Sorry. Go on.
Sorry. Yeah, you know that Power Build, I think, did you get it from the Power Build system, right? That video?
I got it from the Saturday training a couple of weeks ago, and it's published in the Saturday Telegram group. You know, Ray St. Clair's got.
Yeah. I've got that one.
Yeah.
But he's also got that Power Build system, if you remember.
He has, yes.
Yeah, and that is on a, and I think he shared it one time. I mean, this is from way back. Yeah, on the OneDrive, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that one's still valid, is it? It's
still valid. Ray's actually redoing the LinkedIn training, okay, because that was 5 hours one Saturday, if you remember.
Yeah.
And he's breaking it down into smaller sections, and then he's going to redo it. So yeah,
right.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Stephen. Okay, I'll get that sorted for you. It runs alongside Ron's way of teaching. I think Ray is a little bit more aggressive, but in a very nice and friendly way. I mean, listening to him this morning, the way he can speak about rejection, the way he can have the confidence, I think that's the biggest thing, having the confidence, and it comes over in your voice, what he actually says to his people. You know, oh, really, don't worry, you know, don't worry, thank you for telling me. I've got so many other people. It's just the way it actually comes over. I think it's really, really good. And if we can all do that, whether we're doing it verbally or whether we're doing it via a message, you know, it really does make people step back and think, oh, hang on a minute, why isn't she interested? Yeah, it does work. I say, Ron and Ray do run very similarly. Ray calls it the Power Build. We call it our system, people helping system, 3 steps to success, our landing pages. And, you know, that's that side of it. Ron goes down that side. Ron goes down that side. Ray goes down the Power Build and setting up Calendly for meetings. We're both on the same page, really, just different ways of doing it.
Different ways of doing it. Yeah, that's right.
That's all right. Terry, have you still got a question?
No, not a question. It might help somebody, but I can certainly relate to everything that Ray said there because I've been there and done that.
Yes.
Taking it personally in my first started network marketing back in mid-80s, and took it personally with my own family members and almost vowed never to speak to them again because they rejected me. But you learn to go through it. And it's funny that he's talking about that book, because what I've been reading is the next book in that sequel, which is called, same author, If They Say No, Just Say Next.
Yeah.
Right.
Same author. It's the next book in that one. I didn't get her first book. This is one in one of the networks that was promoted to overcome rejection. If they same guy, John Furman, if they say no, just say next. And you might see the page. I've got it highlighted all over the place in there.
As I always expect from you, Terry.
Yeah. But even a little thing, you see in most network marketing businesses, someone rejects you, you've got nothing because you need them in to create the income. You haven't got the 5% a week coming in from your bare side of the capital. And actually this morning I was at the supermarket and I thought, I'll talk to the manager. It's very difficult behind a mask, of course. I'll ask anybody, it doesn't matter. They can only say yes or no. And I just said to him, you use the internet. He said, yeah. I said, do you know anybody else who'd be interested in earning some good money on the internet? Oh, no, he said. I said, no worries. I said, you never know unless you ask. And I walked away thinking, I'm still going to get 5% this week, though.
Yeah, good story, Terry. Yeah.
I'm not depending on that person. You're still going to get your 5%.
That's right, definitely. No, thank you for sharing. That's brilliant. And I shall add that to my book list, the next one. I haven't read the first one yet, but I certainly add that.
I haven't got the first one yet, but that was on my bucket list to go and get that. But now I will be on Amazon today and be ordering that first book.
That's brilliant. Okay. So shall we go around the room and see how... Oh, yes, Colin, sorry. You're muted, yeah.
Yes, I just wanted to add to that and just echo what Terry said. I think we worry about this more with our warm market. With the cold market, we don't really care because, it's just some stranger and they say no and it's bye-bye. Right. But we worry about how this will affect our family relations, our relations with friends. And Ray said something very good about separating your business emotion with your personal emotion. And you can still be friends with someone even if they say no. And I think maybe sometimes they come across thinking, oh, if I keep talking to them, they're going to keep pestering me about this. And I try to reassure them, look, whatever you say, whether you say yes or no, you're still my mate. We've been mates for years and years. This isn't going to change. And sometimes that disarms them. Or, I've talked to some people where they're not interested, but somebody is doing Bitcoin. And I say, okay, well, I don't know anything about Bitcoin. Can you tell me about Bitcoin? And they say, well, I have this wallet. I say, okay, well, I'll sign up under you, So, you can find other avenues to sort of chat about similar things. You don't have to cut people out of your life because they don't join CFX. It's sometimes a fine line, but I felt more comfortable about talking to friends and having them say no and say, well, that's absolutely fine. We're still mates and we can still talk. And, it shouldn't be a worry.
Yeah. Agree with that, Colin. Yeah.
Yes, Terry.
Yeah. Rather than cutting on people, I just think about it now in hindsight, obviously. Is it any different saying to them, we've got something that's good and you might want to take a look at it, than saying to them, I've just seen a very good film, well, you should watch this film, or I've just seen or I've just been to a nice restaurant and it's a nice meal, and they say, oh no, I don't like Indian food or something like that. You don't feel bad about it. And again, as Colin was saying with Bitcoin, I was talking to somebody, you may have known him, Janet might know him. He got to a diamond in the map business the other evening, and he approached me about a Bitcoin business, and I said, and I put it back onto him. I said, I'm totally committed on what I'm doing on Forex trading. I said, I like the idea of Bitcoin, but for me, it's a bit too volatile. And he's come back and said, yeah, people can make a lot of money, but they can also lose a lot of money. I said, well, what I'm doing is far more consistent, and he's looking over at the information of it.
Brilliant, Terry.
Will he say no? Will he say yes? That's not my decision. But I've sown a seed, and I don't know when it will germinate.
No.
Yeah, that's right.
And you keep following up with
Oh, I've got a folder of people that I've talked to who're not interested. I've got a folder for them, and they every Sunday they get an email from me telling me I tell them what percentage it was this week.
Yeah, brilliant. Until they block you, that's what you'll carry on doing.
Oh, at the very bottom there is a proviso. PS, if you don't want to get any more information from me, please tell me, and I'll take you out of this group.
Unsubscribe.
Now, people don't like to be taken out of groups, do they?
Oh, that's brilliant. You've not had anyone that's asked to do that yet.
No one's asked to come out of the group yet. No.
And I can imagine your email list is very, very long.
It's building.
Yes.
It's building.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Thanks for sharing, Terry.
Jenny, I'm 5% every week, though. Doesn't matter.
Exactly. We're all getting 5% every week. It's wonderful. We love this business.
Why feel down about it? I can't make it. No other network marketing business I've ever been in has paid you money for doing nothing.
Exactly.
Never.
Ever.
You know, we've got the cream of the cream here.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. Yeah. We're all excited about it. I must admit, I had somebody, I was at work yesterday and I had somebody come through, and cut a long story short, I got round to talking about the business. They had a huge shop and I had to take my mask down to be able to talk to them properly. And that's one of those pyramid things, isn't it? That was the first thing I got. And I said, everything's a pyramid. The Queen is a pyramid. I said, Morrison's is a pyramid. I said, but you could actually come in under me and do better, and you could go ahead of me in the pyramid. Doesn't happen like that. I'm never going to be the boss of Morrison's, nor do I want to. Anyway, his wife said, get the message from her. I hadn't got any more business cards on me. I'd given out the last one. So I wrote down my website address, and hopefully I shall be connecting with them later. But my biggest fear is they'll go and Google CFX, because we know what rubbish is out there, and they're not of the mindset of entrepreneurs or people like us, so they'll probably just see what they say and walk away because they won't know how to dig deeper.
Yeah, but they might not.
No,
either.
No, that's it. Who knows? We've sown the seed.
Definitely. Yeah, well, you're in a nice position, Janet, because you're retiring. Everyone that comes through your till, you're saying, "Oh, I won't be here next year. I'm retiring. My internet business is exploding."
I've said
now
that.
Then see what they say.
Yeah, I've said that. That's
Absolutely.
I have actually got 3 girls now signing up in Morrison's because I'm leaving. They didn't believe me before. You've brought it forward. You were going in October. I really don't need to be here. I'm going now. Oh, when can you talk to me about it? So yeah, it's brilliant. They were, it's good. Jenny, yes, Jenny, you wanted to say.
Yeah, what I find interesting about Rejection is that I post bits and pieces on my Facebook page, and I've approached some of my friends, and they're like, "Oh no, we're doing Bitcoin and enjoying what we're doing." I've gone, "Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't bother me." But the friends that I have signed up, those friends that said no, it's not for me, are asking my friends that have signed up, "What's she doing? What is she doing? How come you're in there?" And it keeps that curiosity going. So I think just let them move on, but don't ever get rid of them off the list.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah, definitely.
No, definitely. The people that are doing the Bitcoin business, I'm touching on a bit of a dodgy subject here, really, because I know you're not all able to do wallets that don't do Bitcoin to dollars, but the ones that have got that wallet where they don't actually have to touch Bitcoin at all, that can be a stumbling block that can be got over. But as I say,
we're yet to find somewhere in one of the Australian ones that does it. Can't find an Australian one yet. I've tried a couple that I've already got.
Well, let's hope crypto payments soon go out to Australia then and become more worldwide.
That'd be nice.
It would be wonderful. Okay. Somebody else put their hand up to Andy. Yes.
Yeah, just going back on what they were saying, it's exactly true. Everyone's trying to look for shiny new objects within CFX. And I've just messaged a bloke, and I managed to get him to, I explained to him about CFX. He said, I'm already a member. He said, he turned around and I said, I see so many bad things happening. He said, it's not for me. And then he's just reading the stuff on Google and just reading all the bad things that are on Google. And it's just, he's just going around looking for different things. And I find you just got to ignore all that, because if you read too much into it, it will destroy you, like Ray was saying.
It will destroy you, unfortunately. But I think if you go on there, any business, I've actually Googled a few different businesses. I mean, even Amway, what Terry was in, how long's it been going, Terry? 59 years?
1959. It's still got the biggest turnover of any network marketing business in the world.
And it still says scam.
You'd never go into it in the UK now.
No.
And people still come up with it's a scam. If you actually put your own name into, be careful, put your own name into Google, you might come up with some funny old responses.
That would be an interesting one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
but yes, I know Amway is still down as a scam. If you Google it, it's one of the scams out there, supposedly. It's
like any network marketing business that's had longevity. If you follow the pattern and work hard and have a thick skin, you will make money. But when you're new in it, you take rejection so personally that it slows you down. I've been in other networks, but I've made amazing. Well, I was able to quit my job at ICI from being in Amway, but it took 7 years to get to that point. And I've been in another network which is really, really hard. It's called Clean Easy, which is not around anymore. But I built a good sized business in it. But it took blood, sweat, and tears. It's not a case of poking it with a stick. We had to really work hard. This is a doddle. Really, the concept of it. I'm only new. I've got a small team at the moment, but I've got something written on a piece of paper that I put down here that I learned from my Amway days. We're doing people a favour. We are doing people a favour by asking them if they want to be part of our business. And there are people out there with furlough, been on furlough. Now that it's easing, those companies don't want them anymore because they can operate now with less staff. And there are people out there that are desperate. They're actually sitting at night praying for something to knock on the door and show them how to make more money. And we got a gift to offer them. But we feel bad. The thing is, forget the rewards that we're going to get. The marketing plan takes care of that. Just focus on what they want and help them get it, because the marketing plan is perfect for giving us personally a reward. Just tell people. Was it Ziegler said? If you're helping other people get what they want, you'll get everything you want.
Very true. Very true. Yeah. Andy, did you want to come back?
Yeah. I was just saying, I'm starting to overcome my fears, because I sort of get emotional when people pitch to me. I sort of think, I sound interested, but now I'm just going to say I'm not interested, and they say, okay, and that's it. I'll cut them off, and that's it, because
I think stay fully focused.
Yeah, people can be so persuasive and sort of rope you in, and before you know it, you're going along with them. Whereas I just tell them straight now, I'm not interested, thank you, and that's the best way.
Follow up, Andy, as Terry has said. Every time we get paid, every week, you do you? You send them the graphic of how much we've earned per week.
I've also learned now that not to post stuff on the network of landing page, because that way you're encouraging people to come to you and they then try and sell you their product, and it makes it hard. So I find it best just going to individual people who don't know about CFX, and I find that's the best way, because it helps you end up text and going around in circles.
Yeah, no, that's
So,
brilliant, Andy.
Private and just message every individual person rather than trying to post it in a group for everyone to see, because then you've got groups of people who try and poach you and try and get you to join their business.
Yeah, that's very true. No, thank you for sharing.
Okay.
Roberto, hello, you last week.
Yes, that's right.
I never asked who your sponsor was.
Colin.
Oh, Colin. Okay, all right. And how have you find? How's it going in these last couple of weeks with you?
It's good. It's great. Yeah, it's good, and I'm focused, and I like a lot of the training that we're getting via these Zooms. I like the ideas being taught tonight as well. It's great, and it's a great business. Like Terry said, you know, that 5% is coming in passively, whether we do anything or not. And yeah, I think you know, one principle that's really important is to care, but not that much. And so it ties in with what I said before. You know, it doesn't matter how much rejection you get, because really you care, but not that much. And when you take life lightly in that sense, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. And so the person in any negotiation who has the most power is the person that cares the least. So when you're talking to a prospect or anybody, you know, if I think it was Terry mentioned the analogy with the movie, or, you know, I recommend a great restaurant, I recommend a great movie. I don't care if you see it or not. No. It's the same with business. You want to get in, great. If you don't, it's fine. I care, but not that much. So yeah, cheers.
That's brilliant.
Thanks.
Thank you very much for sharing that. That's excellent. So I can see another huge team coming here. Hey, Colin. Simon, can I come to you if your internet is still stable? Can you share how things are going with you, please, and whether you got anything from this morning? Hopefully you did.
Yeah, I watched Ray's training last week already, on the Saturday training. I watched the whole thing. And I'll go into his back office quite often, because I as you know, I originally joined under Hazel Moore's team.
Yes.
So I've got all Ray's training as it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Besides my whole Gmail and everything else shutting down, I couldn't find this and had to put up new Gmail accounts so I could get the code sent to the right place, because my Gmail was also shut down, and they kept on sending the codes to the Gmail, so I couldn't get in there. Then my three prospects that I had that were up and ready to go, the one's got narcolepsy, so he's falling asleep every half an hour. So he said he would come back on it. The other guy was coming in with a $500 pack. His brother passed away from COVID, so he's gone missing for a moment. And then the other dude has got COVID himself.
Oh dear, you're not having much luck.
No, it's got to turn sometime. It can't keep going.
No, that's all right. But anyway, you get plenty of support from the training. That was really the main question there.
Yes, no, I'm getting it all.
That is excellent. Well done. Thank you. Thomas, can I come to you? How's things going? Did you manage to watch the whole of the video that was played this morning, or had you seen it before?
Is that me you're talking to?
Yeah, you.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't sure. There's another Thomas on it, because there is another Thomas in our group. Yeah, I did. I watched it last week actually when it came down. Yeah, it's a great bit of education. But yeah, I've been following that. You know, just you know, every no's a step closer to a yes, and just don't be, you know, don't take it personally. It's nothing personal. Yeah, I mean, what I have found this week, because I wanted to clear out my my Facebook chat group, because there's only 3 people in there that haven't actually signed up yet. But they've gone very, you know, they've just gone very cold, and they're just like, you know, they're not sort of, you know, everyone's responding to everything that I put in there. It's just for information, apart from 3 people, you know. So I went for those to, you know, because I can't take them out of the group. They have to take themselves out. So I tried to contact them. I managed to get hold of one this weekend. And I just said, look, Steve, You haven't asked me anything about this. You've been in the group for some time. I put you in there because you requested to come in there. I said, if this isn't for you, it's no problem. I said, but I just need to clear this out a bit because things are moving on, and the information that I want to be putting in this group is really specifically for people who are in the CFX business, and I don't really want to be divulging certain things to people that aren't within the group. So, you know, if you're not interested, that's fine. I'd like you to take yourself out of this group. If you are interested, I'll take you out of the group and I can put you in the Facebook chat because you can still get information, but it's not going to be the same level of information that I give out on this because it's, well, no, I am interested. You know, I'm just taking time. I'm just looking. I said, no, that's fine, Steve. It's fine. That's fine. But I can't have you in the group if you're not a member. That's how it is. But I'll put you in another group. Oh, right, okay. Well, then I'll have to have a look and see if see how my finances are. You know, I said, Steve, don't rush. Just look. It ain't personal. All I'm doing is I need to put you in a different group. You get it, right? Because that other group is for people that aren't yet members of CFX. This group, I want to keep it solely for people that are members. It's not a problem. All right, okay. So what do I have to do? I said, well, just delete yourself from the group. What do I have to do it now? No, you don't have to do it now, but let's just say by the end of the month, I want to get it all tied up. So, you know, let's have a chat towards the end of the month. And you know, if you're not ready to move forward, which is fine, I'll take you out of this group, or you take yourself out of this group, put you in the other one. So, yeah, it's just going on. Like, you know, I'm clearly not bothered whether he signs up or not. And the fact that everyone else in that group, apart from him and two others, haven't actually got round to it. And it's just, you know, not everyone's ready to do what it is they want to do. Yeah, they're interested. Yes, they want to, you know. And I said, look, you know, even if you just, well, as far as I'm concerned, if you know, your name in my back office is useless unless it's been activated. You're just getting in the way because I'm building depth in my team. So yeah. Anyway, that's just my example of what happened this week with someone just trying to sort of clear things out. That's not an aggressive move, but just trying to, you know, it's just another way of getting back onto someone that's been sitting on the fence for too long, in my view.
Getting back into the conversation with them.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's brilliant. Thanks for that, Thomas.
All right. Cheers.
Okay. Is there anybody else that wants to comment on getting over rejection or on the video this morning?
Well, I've got something I can say about it.
Yes, please.
Honestly, when it comes to rejection, Colin knows, obviously, because we were in the same group prior to this, and that's how he found me and introduced me to CFX. But typically, just looking at it, I'm looking just from my marketing experience prior to CFX, and this isn't for me personally, it's for my clients. Your connection rate, this is specifically with LinkedIn, you're usually going to get about 36 to 40% of people that you actually reach out to who are going to connect. And then from that, your positive response rate, it can be anywhere from 3 to 6%. But when it comes down to it, it's just numbers. So you expect that this rejection is going to come, and you just keep focusing on those numbers. And you know, when you've got, like for this specific person I've got on the screen at the moment, we've sent 1,850 requests, but we've had 28 positive responses. But that's 28. You know, there's 28 people out of everyone. And once they start on, if you apply that to CFX, and that's on the low end, these guys, he's on a 3.89% positive response rate. But once those 28 people come on and then start building their own teams, that's when things start to balloon out.
Exactly.
So it's just finding those ones, and every time you get a no, it's closer to you getting a yes.
Yeah. Always. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for sharing. Is there any other points? Does anybody want to go over the landing pages of Ron's, or anything that wants to be said? Because we've only got about another 5 minutes.
Janet, I was going to say that I've got the survey on there, and I was kind of hoping that that would be removed. I don't see the benefit of that. Just
sorry, I missed what you said in the beginning. Sorry.
Yeah, here regarding the landing page.
Yes.
So would that be a hassle for me to have that removed? Sorry, the survey on the landing page.
The what on the landing page?
The survey. You know, the 4
questions.
questions.
Oh, survey.
Survey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Survey.
Yes, of course. Yes, you don't have to have that on there.
Yeah.
If you take off, I'll send you a private message because I need to look to tell you what to do. Okay, but you can you can have that off. We thought it was a good idea, but yes, I think it's stopping a lot of people moving forward. So yes.
I think Ron said to just take off welcome at the end.
Will that work?
Yeah, and put your surname on.
Yeah, you need to put something else up.
Surname.
Yes. Okay, well, I'll send you a message, Jean.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take off -welcome and put on -surname. So -Melville. It will probably go straight to the landing page. But
is everyone aware that there is a facility there to skip the survey?
There is, but a lot of people don't go down that far.
It's difficult to find, isn't it? It's
yeah.
Yeah.
I must admit, I didn't realise it was there myself. Although I thought it was a good idea at the time, I tend not to use it. I tend to go straight into the landing page and skip the survey, to be honest with you. In fact, I don't think I've sent it out at all yet with the survey on it. I think it's got to be a certain sort of person, someone that perhaps has never ever been involved in network marketing before, to actually do a survey to see what is out there, rather than entrepreneurs, people that we like to connect with that already got that background. Then we can go straight in for the landing page, I think, personally.
So Janet, what is actually done with that information? So see the 4 questions. So
that goes to your email. That just goes to your email.
Yeah, okay.
Because it tells you, you know, whether or not they want to move forward and a little bit of information about them. It was supposed to be a help before we started to talk to them, to know a bit about them rather than going in purely cold. You know, whether they were coming to us because they didn't have savings or because they wanted it as a retirement plan. It was just a little bit of insight before you actually physically started to speak with them. But if it doesn't sit comfortably with you, of course you can take it off. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And it just, I've raised my hand just to say,
sorry, Richard, I didn't see you.
That's right. I just wanted to say hello again. Just so I'm working. I just want you to know I'm working with Rob and Colin. I'm a Japan person, Stephen as well. So we're all sort of Japan people, and I'm under Rob and Rob's under Colin.
And you're all English.
We are. I've wanted to talk about that. We are. Yes, I just realised that.
I love it.
Yeah. That's right. We're really enjoying the Tokyo Olympics. And it's just a follow-up. I know the KYC has been put on hold. I'm aware of that. And I was just wondering if there are any other further developments on that I've probably missed. It's just been put on hold for the time being.
It has.
We had some issues about, you know, in Japan with documentation in the Japanese language, but I think just wait and see for the time being is the answer on KYC. There's no other development, right?
No, there was a letter that came out from WASCA, which Ron put in the group. I don't know if you've seen that.
I think I did, yeah.
Another quite long one, mainly talking about withdrawals. I think that was. But anyway, I'll pop it in the group again. I've lost my thread. I was going to say something there. Oh yeah, KYC. I think it's been taken down mainly because of having it readily available for everybody to use in all the different countries, because some countries have got issues with certain things that were wanted. So I believe that is why it's been taken down, because not everybody's got passports, ID cards, driving licenses. That's my take on it anyway. So I think they're ironing out all the glitches, and you know, they're going to get it ready so everybody can sign up all over the world. Okay.
Thank you. That was it. Yeah, thank you very much.
No worries. Stephen, haven't been to you this morning. Have you got any problems or anything you want to share?
Nope, just everything was great. I was there on Ray's call last week, was it? Yes. And I think I got up at 4 in the morning, something like that.
Oh, wow.
Maybe not. I can't remember what time it was, but I didn't know if you're planning to show the rest of it, but there was one thing that Ray said.
Next week. We did fear last week, but the rejection this week. Next Monday's momentum.
So you'll know how to deal with, he did a good little thing about how to deal with somebody who said that they had a problem with another opportunity in the past and they don't want to do anything in the future. Like, so that I thought that would be good to add, but if you're going to talk about that next week, that's fine.
Yeah, I broke the call down over the 3 weeks. So next week we'll be doing the final part of that call. Okay. Great. I don't want to miss anybody out, but I am conscious that it's 12 o'clock and I've really got to fly. Moissan's Till is calling me, so I've got to go to work.
Cheers, Janet.
Thank you. Has anybody got anything quickly they want to add? David and Karen? No? Okay, well, thank you very much, everybody, for coming on the call. And we'll continue with Ray's training next Monday, the last part, momentum. Okay, have a great week. Let's overcome the rejection and carry on building our team.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Cheers.